This is my video response to DJ briansredd's post on the DJ technology and evolution. He made a really good, insightful video about the evolution of, as far as what we should see technology-wise, as far as the DJing, because of what's going on as far as in our industry now. Techniques discontinuing the 1200s, which is it's a sad day, but at the same time, you see people focusing more on the DVS systems and starting to focus on the MIDI controllers. Stuff like Tractor, with the X1 and the S4, or Allen and Heath with the X Zone stuff, which we're getting to a point where technology, as far as the DJing aspect, is improved, where one could show up with a laptop, a controller, and 2 powered speakers and be able to do a party without having to lug a ton of gear. I for one actually do appreciate the new equipment coming out. The lighter powered speakers, the controllers and whatnot. Because it's sometimes your back, at the end of the day, your back is killing you from all that lugging of the equipment. And one of the things I do really miss is I would miss my vinyl days, though. That was growing up, going to the whole DJ thing. Vinyl was the way I started to DJ, but I've evolved into CDs, and also in jumping on early on onto the whole computer thing. Using digital-based files, which is a lifesaver, because you can show up to a party with just a computer and a hard drive, and you have your whole library, and customer can ask you for an obscure song. You could dig it up within like a few seconds and play it, And with software like latest version Tractor, or with the S4 version, where you can actually do sample decks, and even now with Serato with Bridge, one could take an old song and add new elements to it and make basically a remix on the fly, which that's a great aspect of what I see as far as technology. One of the things I started seeing is a lot of companies are developing software for the iPad, which will be pretty cool when you could do like MIDI based stuff, or even DMX stuff utilizing your iPad. That's where I see this whole DJing thing going to different aspects. Instead of when it moved up from the turntables to the CDJs to the control, it's now to the MIDI controls. You have the Vistax, VCIs. You have the S4, you have the X Zone, you have the N7. You have the DMC too. The Odus controllers, which that's a really badass controller. It gives you a CDJ feel, but it's also fully MIDI, fully mappable. Definitely should check it out. But I see, our industry is just it's progressively getting better as far as technology-wise. As far as the hardware, there's better pieces of hardware out there. As far as even with the lighting stuff. LEDs, man, they've taken off. Everybody got away from doing the whole halogen and the discharge lighting. Now it's everything all LEDs. You can show up with these moving heads that have 90-watt LEDs, which are just as powerful as like a 100-pound discharged moving head. That's running this huge thing that you can't run all night. Well, the LED you can run pretty much all night without having to worry about it like self-destructing. Honestly, I think the technology side, it's improving, and another thing I actually like about the technology side of the DJing is being able to, with the music services, being able to pick up your music like once a month and whatnot, or even join the pool, like the different music pools. EMG I think is doing their online I guess they're going into the whole online download. Instead of shipping out releases every month, or you can actually pick and choose what you want to download. I know I was checking that out. I was checking out I-12-inch pool, I-12-inch record pool. I was checking out also Eighth Wonder CD promos. If some people are familiar, those are services I'm using now. I just switched to Serato, so I'm doing a lot of video. A lot of VJing, so I need to have my music videos, and and I have to build a big back archive of the videos. So I'm using those services along with the the traditional services to get my my music and whatnot. But I see it being a great thing, but at the same time, there's backlashes as far as the technology side, because now it's a little too easy for an individual just to go out and buy a control that has a sync button and call himself a DJ, you know, and basically it pushes the veterans out, because the veterans are not grasping the technology quickly. Some, you know, purists are going to say, oh, you know, yeah, it's not the same. Yeah, it's not the same, but we have to evolve, because, you know, we can't stick to, you know, what we started with, because it's at the end of the day, we're going to be blown away by, you know, some 17-year-old whiz, not even 17-year-old, you know, 10-year-olds, man, they're grasping this thing, little DJ Frankus. For those of you not, you know, he's a 12-year-old, you know, whiz that, you know, just picked up Serato. It's the, you know, basically, you know, they're schooling some of the old school people. But, you know, I think, you know, technology actually helping our industry, but at the same time, you know, it's going to have its repercussions. But, you know, it is what it is. At the end of the day, you know, you have to jump on it. I think that's pretty much my thoughts on the whole DJ technology and evolution into the future as far as new hardware coming out. I'd love to see more MIDI controllers. That is definitely, you know, Native Instruments releases their S4, which is a very beautiful control. For anyone that's used Tractor, they know what I'm talking about. It's very well mapped. A little pricey, but I think over time we'll start seeing the pricing on MIDI controls come down when there's more like on the market, as far as more options, more choices. You know, you got your traditional vendors jumping on. Pioneer is starting to bundle a lot of their new gear as far as the computer side, MIDI mapping, hybrids. Denon's doing it as well. I think, you know, now the vendors are kind of realizing they're going to get away from the traditional method of hardware and actually focus more on the controller side, which, you know, is a great thing. You know, no moving parts, all software, and it's just, you know, and it's just being creative with the mapping. You know, that's how I see it. But I definitely think Brian covered a very good topic on this, and I hope to see other people's replies to this. Peace.